gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah.
The Redmi K Ultra series has always been known for delivering outstanding value in its price segment. Even the Redmi K80 Ultra from last year remains a highly competitive device today. Now, right on schedule for the summer season, Redmi has officially introduced the new K90 Ultra. According to the company, this model sits slightly below the previously launched K90 Max in terms of positioning, which means the pricing could end up being a very pleasant surprise.
A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
In terms of design, the Redmi K90 Ultra sticks to a clean, minimalist look while maintaining a premium feel. The back panel features a flat, upright design, and the active cooling fan intake is placed on the right side. Instead of the straight-line fan grille found on the K90 Max, this model uses a circular dotted pattern around the intake, giving it a more distinctive appearance. In this video, we're going to focus on what really matters, its core performance and battery life. Let's begin with gaming performance. The Redmi K90 Ultra is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. Interestingly, this is the first Ultra model to return to a Snapdragon flagship chipset since the Redmi K50 Ultra back in 2022. If you've already used a device with a Snapdragon 8 Elite, you'll know exactly what to expect. Personally, I'd say this is the ideal chipset users looking at the T-series lineup. The active cooling system is exactly the same as the one found on the K90 Max. Redmi's fan has two major strengths. First, it delivers excellent heat dissipation efficiency. Second, even when running at maximum speed, the fan remains impressively quiet, making it almost impossible to notice during normal use. The software also includes multiple cooling profiles, allowing users to choose different heat management modes. Overall, it's one of the best cooling systems currently available on a smartphone equipped with a built-in fan. Now let's get straight into the gaming tests. We'll start by comparing it with other smartphones in the same price range. Testing was carried out in a 25 degrees Celsius environment, with the display set to 350 nits of brightness while playing Honor of Kings at the highest graphics settings for 60 minutes. The Redmi K90 self-development version delivered an average frame rate of 119.8% with a stability percentage of 102.1%. Both competing devices dropped below 100%. Even more impressively, the Redmi consumed just 3.75 watts of power, making it the most power-efficient phone in this comparison. Thanks to the built-in cooling fan, the maximum body temperature reached only 41.7 degrees Celsius, which is around 2 to 3 degrees cooler than the other two devices. Looking at the Honor of Kings radar rank results, the Redmi K90 self-development version earned 6 S-level ratings and achieved a comprehensive score of 78, outperforming both competitors by 14 points. We also pushed the game further by running it at 140 FPS using the highest graphics settings for a full hour. The Redmi K90 self-development version maintained an impressive 139.6% performance throughout the test. Frame rate stability remained excellent, while consuming only 4.1 watts of power, and the phone stayed at just 41.3 degrees Celsius, meaning it never felt noticeably warm during gameplay. Meanwhile, the competing I model overheated midway through the test and locked its frame rate, while the B model climbed to a much hotter 47.7 degrees Celsius. Next, we tested PUBG Mobile on the Erangel map using HDR high-definition graphics for 30 minutes. The Redmi K90 averaged 119.5 frames per second, while frame rate stability consistently remained above 80%. Power consumption measured 4.43 watts, and once again, the phone stayed remarkably cool at only 41.3 degrees Celsius. By comparison, the I model reached 44 degrees Celsius, while the B model climbed to 45.2 degrees Celsius and also experienced frame drops. It's clear that the Redmi's cooling performance is extremely effective. In PUBG Mobile's performance rankings, the Redmi K90 achieved an overall score of 76.6, comfortably ahead of the A model's 66.6 and the B model's 50.8. Switching to smooth mode at 165 FPS, the Redmi maintained a consistently high frame rate, regularly staying above 100 frames and often approaching 120 frames. The other two phones managed only around 80 FPS during the same low frame rate testing. The Redmi's body temperature reached just 42.8 degrees Celsius, which was 1.6 degrees cooler than the B model, even though both devices managed full frame rate performance. The competing I model once again overheated after 29 minutes, resulting in noticeable frame drops as the thermal load increased. Now let's move on to Delta Force. Running a full-screen battle at HD graphics for 30 minutes, the Redmi K90 averaged 119.7 frames per second, with frame rate stability percentage of 92.7%, outperforming the competing devices once again. At the same time, its power consumption was only 4.69 watts, and the maximum temperature reached just 44.1 degrees Celsius, making it the coolest and most efficient phone among all three tested models. In Delta Force performance chart, the Redmi K90 earned an overall score of 79.6, comfortably ahead of the I model's 65 and the B model's 55.6. Support for Delta Force at 165 FPS will arrive in the next Romance update, and once that update becomes available, we'll run another round of testing. Finally, let's look at Genshin Impact. Using Legendary mode with ultra-high graphics during 30 minutes of continuous combat, all three phones performed very well. Frame rates stayed close to 60 FPS, with many scenes consistently remaining above 50 FPS, demonstrating excellent optimization across the board. Even so, the Redmi K90 self-development version continued to lead when it came to efficiency. It delivered the lowest power consumption and generated the least heat, with a maximum temperature of just 43 degrees Celsius, staying 2 to 3 degrees cooler than the competing phones. As a result, the device remained much more comfortable to hold throughout the entire gaming session.
Looking at the Genshin Impact performance rankings, the Redmi K90 Pro achieved an impressive overall score of 81.6, putting it almost 10 points ahead of the competing devices. To really push the phone to its limits, we moved on to the demanding Honkai Impact third test. This included a 30-minute session using the highly complex auto battle and map running mode with very high graphics settings enabled. Aside from a few minor frame drops during the initial scene loading, the Redmi K90 Pro maintained an almost full frame rate throughout the entire test. It averaged 58.7 frames per second with a breaking force score of 50.7, and unlike many other phones, it showed no signs of frequency throttling during the previous testing. Among all the devices we tested, only phones powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 were capable of delivering this level of performance. In comparison, the competing IB model managed only 19 minutes before frame rates began to decline noticeably. The built-in active cooling fan proved extremely effective under this kind of heavy workload. In the Honkai Impact third radar chart evaluation, the Redmi K90 Pro received an overall score of 61. Its average frame rate even earned an S-level rating, while the competing devices scored only around 40 points, creating a clear performance gap. At this stage, it seems that other Snapdragon 8 Elite and Dimensity 9500 smartphones don't present much of a challenge for the Redmi K90 Pro, so naturally we decided to compare it against another flagship. Right now, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is one of the best flagship processors available for gaming when properly optimized. Let's see whether Redmi can keep up with it. Starting with Honor of Kings at the highest graphics settings and 144 FPS, both smartphones delivered nearly identical average frame rates, resulting in an excellent gaming experience. However, the Redmi K90 self-developed version consumed 0.6 watts less power while also running 2.6 degrees Celsius cooler than the competing C model. Moving over to PUBG Mobile in HDR mode, the Redmi maintained a minimum frame rate that was roughly 15 FPS higher than the C model. Although its power consumption was slightly higher by around 0.3 watts, its body temperature stayed 1.1 degrees Celsius lower. In Delta Force, running at HD graphics, both devices averaged more than 119 FPS. Even so, the Redmi performed better in low frame rates, staying above 92 FPS while also delivering superior power efficiency and thermal management. Its maximum temperature finished 1.8 degrees Celsius cooler than the C model. Genshin Impact produced very similar results. Both phones offered a smooth and highly consistent gaming experience with nearly identical frame rates. The Redmi used just 0.16 watts more power, but in return it remained 1.9 degrees Celsius cooler, making it noticeably more comfortable to hold during long gaming sessions. Finally, we carried out the crash test. The Redmi K90 Ultra performed extremely well during the first 20 minutes, largely thanks to its active cooling fan preventing CPU throttling. After that point, frame rates gradually began to decline, finishing with an average of 56.4 FPS. Without active cooling, it's clear the hardware wouldn't have been able to sustain this level of performance. Looking at the complete radar chart comparison against the Snapdragon 8 Elite-powered C model, the Redmi K90 Ultra held a major advantage in Delta Force, scoring almost 11 points higher. Its Genshin Impact results were also very close to the C model, with less than a 2-point difference, showing that both devices delivered a similarly strong gaming experience. However, in the crash test, the Redmi trailed around 8 points. Although its average frame rate still earned an S-level rating, its overall score was reduced by higher power consumption and lower frame per watt efficiency. Even so, the Redmi K90 Ultra easily performs at the level of premium flagship smartphones equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset that don't feature an active cooling fan. Now let's talk about battery life. The Redmi K90 Ultra comes with a massive 8554 mAh single-cell battery. Using the SIM-Kitless 6.0 battery life testing model, the phone lasted a total of 8 hours from a full charge until automatic shutdown. That places it 7th in the current overall battery life rankings, firmly putting it among the top-performing smartphones in this category. Its endurance is less than 20 minutes behind the current leader, the Redmi Turbo Max, and it's even capable of matching competing smartphones equipped with 10,000 mAh class batteries. Recent Redmi smartphones have consistently impressed with excellent battery performance, and the K90 Ultra continues that trend. Looking more closely at power consumption, the average energy usage across every component is either similar to or lower than other phones using the same processor, suggesting Redmi has done an excellent job optimizing overall system efficiency. Based on all of our real-world gaming and battery testing, the Xiaomi Redmi K90 Ultra starts at 2,799 yuan in China, which is approximately £311 in the UK and around $412 in the United States. At this price, it continues the K-series tradition of offering some of the strongest value in its entire segment. From my personal experience, I'd give this phone a very positive recommendation. For even more details, be sure to watch the official launch event. We'll also be purchasing retail units as soon as they're available so we can bring you even more comprehensive testing. Stay tuned, because a full in-depth review is coming very soon. If you're interested in the latest smartphones, detailed performance tests, and honest reviews, make sure to subscribe to the channel and become part of our growing tech community. That's everything for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.